let's go on to SmackDown that happened this past Friday, which I thought that it was a decent enough show. However, it was highlighted by one thing, and that was the opening segment of the show. Did you happen to see SmackDown? Oh, and at the opening segment of the show, and at the end, we get to meet Uncle Howdy. Like, he actually appeared up on the screen and talked to get like a little bit of a promo.
It was the first segment. Was that the Bloodline?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay, so let's go right on to SmackDown here, because we kick off SmackDown with a tag team match of it's the Brawling Brutes taking on the Bloodline, and it's Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. They having their issues during the matchup, which led to them arguing, and then Butch catching Zayn with a small package and scoring a pinfall. The Brawling Brutes win, but what I like is that they sitting there arguing, and then all of a sudden Roman music hit, and I like how they all just straight up and they just look terrified. Great selling, like everybody's like, oh, fall in line. So he makes his way. He come out there. It's a commercial break while he's like on the ramp. Then when they come back, he like just got in the ring, like he's making his weight, and he gets into the ring. He does his whole St. Louis acknowledge me thing, but then he's like, look, I want to address the elephant in the room, and since y'all be acting like children, I'm gonna give y'all a chance to settle this thing right now. So Sammy comes out and is like, look, I don't know why you hate me, and I don't understand what the problem is. And he said, I just want to just act civilized, and then me and Jay been having some communication issues lately, and he said he just doesn't understand why. But he said, I don't have no issues with Jey Uso. And then he goes and says his hand. Jey Uso like, yo, Sammy, you got about 2 seconds to get that out of my face. Look, bro, I don't like you. I don't like your hair. I don't like your face. I don't even like that you coming right here and you talk so, my dog this, my dog that, man. You ain't blood. So Jay's getting real, like, real pissed and real animated, and he was just like, no, he said, all these right here, this is my blood. I'll do anything. I put my body on the line for them. Would you do that? And he said, look, you do not belong here. No one in the group's like this, but I'm the realest one that's going to tell you the truth. And then he says, Zayn's like, I don't understand. You're yelling at me, and Roman wants peace. And Jay responds and says, I don't give a damn what the tribal chief wants. The look up that Roman had, the whole, that's how you know you got the crowd, the storyline. Because as soon as he said that, and Roman looked up, and everybody was like, oh, it's about to be some shit.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go shit. I was thinking about them Hell in a Cell spankings Roman Reigns was giving Jey Uso. So I was just like, oh, I was with the
I think the moment was good, but it got messed up a little bit because they were, what happens later.
Yeah.
So everybody couldn't really take it as seriously as they wanted to.
Exactly. But it was like,
but I still think it was a good moment. Yeah.
You felt that, and then when he turns around, even Jay was just like, no, man, I didn't. And even Sami Zayn says, look, it's been a hard week. He doesn't, he's not being himself right now. He said, but look, he says that he hasn't been very Ucey lately. As soon as he said Ucey, Roman cracked. Roman was just like, did this guy say this? Jay's trying to hold it in. Jimmy don't care. Jimmy just always be laughing in the background. And he was trying to hold that joke back. But then
Jay tried to cover his face, and it was like, nah.
No. So Roman came. He said, no, come here, stare right here. He said, so is that what this has been? You have been and he's trying. Jay is trying, but it's not working. He has to cover his face. You can actually see him almost turning red, like he is laughing. So he's like, "It's because you're not feeling very Ucey." And then Sammy Sammy knows he go, and he says, look, he says, Jay, if you can't find your inner Ucey again, then he's gonna do something that you're not gonna like. He's gonna take that honorary title from Sami Zayn, and he's gonna make him a full blown Uce. So Jay was supposed to try to look evil, man, but he still couldn't stop, because he knew if he looked at Sammy was gonna make a face that was gonna make him die. So he wasn't looking at.
I think the thing was he was supposed to keep looking at the horror camera like, oh no, but then he just couldn't, because every time he looked up, he was like, nah, I can't do it, and then put his face back down.
It was great. And he said, I'm going to go full blown news. Hey, and Robert, he talking about something. You know what? We should rename it. We should name him Sammy Uso. And then, as Jay he can't hold it over. He's laughing under his hands. And Paul Heyman comes in there and declares the end of the segment. And then says, we're going to get a thing from our sponsor in 3, 2, 1. And drops the microphone. And that was it. That was a great bloodline segment, and I'll tell you, Sammy finally got. Solo was still in the corner, not paying attention to anything Sammy was doing. He didn't look at him. He didn't react to anything he said. He was still remained stoic. He got Jay to crack, because Jay, they were trying so hard, and he finally got Jay to crack. And like I said, if they had remained more serious, it would have put so much weight on their promo. But because he got Roman first. He got Roman. This reminded me. Remember when R-Truth made Brock Lesnar crack?
Yeah.
He told us something. Even though you a big man, I could throw you over the top, Paul Heyman. And Lesnar just lost it. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. They said, they said that segment was just for Lesnar to break because they didn't have nothing planned. And it was like, let's just go out there and see if you can make him laugh.
Oh, well, because it worked, and then Archer made him crack, and I was just like, that's fucking hilarious.
I will say though, they just been this segment was better than the other segment they had a few weeks ago, because the other segment was great, but then Matt Riddle ruined it. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, you talking about with the yeet?
The yeet, yeah, it was so. Yeah, I want the match. I'm like, that's like a Vince thing to do when Vince learned a word for the first day. He put it all in the show.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, he just put all that shit all up in the show.
I was like, maybe it's a New York thing more than a regular thing. I don't know, but the way Riddle was using, I was like, all right, I can do without.
Yeah.
Without this, yeah.
They had a vignette for the Viking Raiders and Sarah Logan. They returned to SmackDown. Glad to see Sarah Logan coming back for Halloween.
Am I?
Okay, well, maybe, but I'm saying it's just more women on the roster that just never give a chance. And her being with the Viking Raiders makes sense. I
do want good. I don't just want women just to have women. I want good women on the roster. You know what I'm saying?
Sarah Logan was in the Ryan squad. I mean, we couldn't wrestle. Why? I think she better Liv Morgan.
Cool.
You don't think she? Obviously, Ruby was the best wrestler, but then it's Sarah Logan, and then it was just Liv. Liv was all character. Liv in the ring, I'd rather watch Sarah Logan. It's the only thing with Sarah Logan is like most of her moves seem like so less impactful sometimes. Mm-hmm. But we have a tag team match of the New Day taking on Maximum Male Models. This was really nothing. The New Day hit the Midnight Hour on Mansoor and gave them the victory. This is basically to build them up for their match against the Usos whenever they decide to do it. Sonya Deville's backstage talking to Kayla Braxton about Ronda Rousey's open challenge, and she said, well, I know it's not going to be Liv Morgan. And then all of a sudden, Liv Morgan comes up there, and then they just start fighting, so this is obviously going to be another feud. I'm surprised. So this is on SmackDown. I thought they was going to probably have like a trick or treat fight, but they got that saved for Riddle on Monday.
Oh yeah, because it is actually on Monday, right?
Yeah. Braun Strowman is backstage cutting a promo, on Omos, but he won competition stuff like. That's old school Braun Strowman. But he said he's still gonna be the monster among monsters after Crown Jewel. Whoo, it's gonna be a car crash. I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be a car crash. Ronda Rousey comes out and she gets on the microphone. Why? Every time she's on the microphone, I cringe. And she says the belt is back to where it belongs. She wants to prove it tonight with an open challenge, and Rousey, she goes kind of heel in the crowd and says the WWE Universe is too mediocre to know what they're looking at. So here's the challenge. It's Emma. Emma's back. Am I a fan of Emma? Sure am. Can Emma wrestle? Absolutely. Is Emma beautiful? Sure. Do the people know fucking Emma? No.
First, you got one of those things incorrect. So.
What did I get incorrect?
Can she wrestle? A little bit.
Emma can wrestle.
A little bit.
You don't think Emma can wrestle?
A little bit.
A little. Wow, I thought you. I mean, like, you know, because her back in NXT. Oh, Emma. I mean, I know you probably didn't like the Emma Knight sandwich move that she do, but Emma can wrestle.
A little bit.
Yes. So Emma came out, and the crowd went numb because they don't know who Emma is.
I don't think that's the reason why. You
don't think so?
No, it's because it's Emma. That's why. It's Emma. Like, if it was somebody different, then yes. But it's Emma. It's like, not that they don't know who she is, but she didn't. When she went to Impact, it's not like she made a name for herself. She just went to Impact and just stayed mediocre. So it's like,
you know what? You do got a point about that. Like, Emma definitely traveled for 5 years, going to Women of Honor and Impact and all sort of that, and she didn't have the Drew McIntyre effect. Like, you know, if she came back, you know, a bigger star. She came back probably worse off than she did WWE.
Like, yeah, she had more chances to wrestle, yes, but she also wasn't her name either.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, if we're being honest, if like I would say if Chelsea Green or somebody came out there, she would probably get more of applause than Emma. Or somebody like that, like a Chelsea Green. I don't know. I don't think Deonna Purrazzo, because she wasn't nothing in WWE at all. Maybe like a Mickey, like obviously Mickey, like, you know, somebody different. Emma
I was thinking Mia Yim.
Mia Yim probably would have gotten applause, yeah.
But that's why I thought the open chat. I said it's not going to be Charlotte. It ain't going to be no Sasha Naomi. It ain't going to be nobody that, honestly, if you put the match on long enough, they can actually probably win the matchup. It's going to be somebody that obviously Ronda going to need to beat, but it's probably going to be somewhat of notoriety. Me personally, the first person that came to my mind was Mia Yim was done with Impact.
I thought it was going to be Chelsea Green.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that too, but still, Mia Yim is done with Impact. So I figured
a lot of people are done with Impact because they put them on a handshake agreement after a little bit.
Yeah,
I believe Chelsea. I believe Chelsea is done. I believe Deonna is done. I believe Mia Yim is done, and somebody else was done too.
Is Bronson Reed done?
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
But I think he's still doing New Japan dates though.
Oh, okay. So is Carl Anderson, right? Ronda Rousey defeated Emma. Obviously, Emma lasted there a little bit because they didn't want her to squash Emma. But Ronda did, like, you know, a dirty, what was it? A dirty, like an irate referee didn't see it. She was prancing around. Then she took her for the Piper's Pit and put an arm bar, call it a day. So there you have it. Meanwhile, James was trying to go speak to Roman Reigns in the locker room. Him told him that he will talk to his tribal chief for him. But then when Ronda gets at the back, Shannon Baszler's back there, they're talking backstage, and Natalya interrupts. And Natalya gets choked out by Baszler. Make them a duo, please. We go 6-man tag matchup of Legado del Fantasma taking on Hit Row. And who is the sixth person going to be? Got people who was going around online because they announced this mystery partner last week. was talking about Carmelo Hayes. I'm like, it's not Carmelo Hayes, yo. It's not, look,
I guess for all the people that thought it was somebody that was gonna match their gimmick was wrong.
Yeah, look.
Not that Carmelo Hayes matches the gimmick, but like you know,
yeah,
Angelo Dawkins or
I'm like, look. Once Carmelo Hayes is at the top of his game, like I think he's gonna get the NXT Championship. Like once he's at the top, and once I'm
not even worried about Carmelo Hayes. He's Carmelo Hayes.
He's fine. I'm just saying, but here we're gonna find somebody different. But in the meantime, they come out and their partner is Shinsuke Nakamura, returning Shinsuke Nakamura. So
yeah, I thought I was gonna be Angelo Dawkins for sure.
Everybody thought that.
But Shinsuke don't even match. I was like,
well, he's not supposed to match. He's supposed to be out there just to be the third guy.
But still, it's like you got to shoot them. And then you got Shinsuke.
Well, okay. I said the match is all right, which shows me that I do want a Santos and Nakamura match in the future. Top Dollar does his moves like to.
I also want a Santos and Mysterio.
Yes, I did want that also. Top Dollar does a little run the rope type thing, and then does an arm breaker on the way down. It just he's trying to showcase some moves to try to get the fans into it. The fans are kind of mostly there for this matchup. They gotta do something.
I wonder why.
Yeah, is it wrong? Look out, and they got nothing to do with Nakamura because they cheer for Nakamura on there. Backstage,
I think it's hit row.
Yeah, okay. I know. Backstage, LA Knight is back there talking, about your turn, but then Ricochet interrupts and kind of like challenge him, like if you don't shut his mouth or try to be arrogant, he'll be in the way. So they're probably going to set up a Ricochet versus LA Knight matchup for next week. I'm okay with that. Karrion Kross comes out to take on Madcap Moss. Really? Can I not see the writing on the wall? Karrion Kross wins. He puts Madcap Moss in that straight jacket sleeper, and then he gets the microphone and delivers a message to Drew McIntyre how Madcap fought a little bit better than you did and stuff like that. I like the gimmick. I was never a big Killer Kross fan in the ring, even when he was in Impact. But I would say I enjoy the kind of the impact that he brings, but other than that, it's not working for me.
I think Moss needs a fresh coat of paint.
He do too. He dropped the Madcap part.
Yo, it could just be Moss. What if Moss is like Kross is like baddie? Well, not baddie. This ain't Jay. Well, you know what I say, his henchman. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know how it did at all. Caleb Braxton and Reach Mysterio to hype up his match against Gunther next week. Pray for Ray. Bray Wyatt comes out to the ring, do that like closed door thing. But he said this is still pretty new to him, but he says he can get used to it. Talk about the reaction from the universe and the welcome back stuff like that. But he says he's not hiding behind a mask. This is Bray Wyatt, the real man. He says that this is the best version of him that there ever will be, and he's going to do some spectacular things while he's here. We also said, the majority of his life he has been completely out of control, and he can't help it. He says that emotions don't work like normal humans, and sometimes they send him to a very dark place. And he admits that he has done some horrible things in his past, and he's not afraid to do them, again. But then all of a sudden he gets cut off by on the Tron by Uncle Howdy. I didn't see the QR code. I didn't flash the QR code this time. But,
you got tired of doing it, huh?
I didn't get tired. I missed it.
Oh.
They say I missed it. I didn't get tired of this shit. I just missed it. So at the QR code flashes, he does the promos. I know some weird talks like that. Obviously, Uncle Howie mask like a mask on, so we don't know who it is. But that's how SmackDown ends the show. So
is it Bo?
Huh?
Is it Bo?
People keep saying Bo. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, I mean, the actual character, the person, whatever, looks stupid to me. I'm like, look like Captain Lou Albano or something. No offense to Lou Albano, but it just looks like this just does not need to be in wrestling, or it looks like too crazy to be in wrestling.
Fair. Well, that was SmackDown this week. I suppose I comes out on hijack like SmackDown. I gave it a slight thumbs up. I didn't hate it, obviously, but
I guess I gave it a thumbs in the middle then.
The thumbs in the middle, slight thumbs up is probably where I'll stop at as well.